All right, in this video, we're going to look at how our pressure shift can actually affect our club path. So how we move our feet, whether we're moving them sort of a little bit toes, lead side, trail side, can actually affect, if we're going to, or better predict if we're going to be more of an in-to-out golfer or sort of an over-the-top, out-to-in sort of golfer. So we got to be careful when we're looking at club path, because just because we're changing from say an out to in golfer who comes maybe over the top with an open face to hit a little bit of a fade, just by shifting the pressure maybe more to get an into out profile where we're going to try to hit a draw, if we still have that open face to the path, that ball is still going to go to the right. So this is more or less along the lines of how can we help build or correct some of maybe the faults that we have. But then again, we also have to marry it up with, how our club face is coming into the golf ball, trajectory, and things like that. So this will be sort of our first step to make some of those changes. So what we typically see is for a golfer who will come more out to in. So the classic over the top, cut across the golf ball. Not a very powerful flight, but can be managed. We are going to typically find that the pressure will stay onto our trail side. Now, if that pressure stays onto our trail side and almost predominantly onto our heels, what's going to happen is as we try to turn into the golf ball, you can actually see that the arms start coming out. One of the best indicators that I start seeing is this lead shoulder. If I start seeing this trail shoulder get higher, I know that that's a recipe for that sort of move. Now, with our pressure staying on our back foot and us trying to turn, that's going to make us come across the golf ball, and you're going to start seeing a finish similar to this, where this weight is all on the backside, the club cuts across the golf ball. Now, again, can be managed, but if we're trying to get more of that in-to-out pattern, what you typically see with those golfers is as they shift their pressure more to the left, and even up to more to the left and even a little bit up on the toes, what that helps that golfer to do is, as they shift up to the toes, it actually keeps their hips and their chest a little bit more close to our target line. So when that happens, the club now will start being delivered more from the inside out this way versus when the pressure stays back and we turn and we get too open and the club comes across. So a couple very good kind of cues to help us change that club path there for us. So again, just to recap, outside on our trail side, staying there will get us across the golf ball. Lead side, maybe even lead side up into our toes will help us stay a little bit closed, stay back, and really compress that golf ball. So like in our video about adjusting trajectories, this can be beneficial for those golfers to help correct fades and slices or draws and hooks, but could also give us another shot in our toolbox to say, hey, I really need to hit a right to left shot on this certain hole. I would love to be able to know how I can have a better chance to do that. So get out there, self-discover a little bit. Comment below if this is helping you, what your tendencies are, and stay tuned for the next video.